Hello, today we would like to give you some information about Crimea, as this year we decided to spend our holidays here. Exactly, we stayed in Kurortne urban settlement, which is situated on the southern coast of Crimean Peninsula, at the foot of Mount Karadag. Not far from here, there is a city of Feodosia, Sudak, Koktebel urban settlement. Now we are going to have a stroll, for you can see this place closer. So, Kurortne urban settlement is a quite calm place. Anyway, you can find all necessities here: shops, cafes, etc. At the quay, you can buy any swimming equipment that you need. Not far from here, Shebetovka village is situated. Also, a famous Karadag biological research station is located here, by the way, which was founded in 1907. Now we are going straight to the quay, looking around. So we can notice lots of small gift shops all around and cafes. Let's continue. Going further along the quay, as we see here, we can find everything we need. Speaking about cafes and food, food here is excellent. Traditional food will be convenient for all tastes. Different types of pastries, pancakes, milk pies, traditional dumplings, and so on. Speaking about prices, prices are quite reasonable for such a resort. We continue, and if we turn right, there we can see the seashore. I should add that there are loads of flower beds with roses that are on the right. We are going to have a look at them. So look right, it looks amazing, as you can see. Continue our stroll. And now, if we look straight, we are able to see Mount Karadag. It means Black Mountain. Earlier, it was a real volcano, but now it's a mountain with a natural reserve that everyone can visit and enjoy its beauty. Now it's time to relax and just watch. We continue our walking. As you can see, I am in a park. This park is on the territory of guest house named Крымское-Приморье. Speaking about climate, climate is close to Mediterranean one, and I should say it is an ideal place for those who want to enjoy nature, fresh air and the sun. Let's look around, and we can see loads of different types of trees, flowers, and even juniper trees can be found here. The air is filled with its smell, and it's unforgettable, I should say. Speaking about its territory, I should notice that is of 10 hectares around. The atmosphere will be ideal for family holidays. However, this place will be interesting for people of all ages. The first thing that strikes us a lot is a large number of flower beds and bushes with flowers. Unfortunately, I don't know the names of many flowers here. Also, a lot of insects live here. Rare species of hawk moths can be found here also. Walking along the road in the distance, we can see a white building. Have a look. Also, this building is a dining hall for visitors of this resort. Despite this building is not new, it looks impressive. Anyway, it's time to walk and enjoy this brilliant atmosphere. If you are quite tired of a scorching heat, you can walk here and sit in the shade among trees and junipers. For children, as you can see, there are a lot of things. Definitely they won't be bored. Trees are all around, smell of junipers, fresh air. That's all that we need for a good rest, I think. Look at this big flower bed. It's near the entrance gates. It's located in front of building number 3. Just have a look closer. And now, for a while, we finish speaking about history and facts, and let's get acquainted with one of the best restaurants here in Kurortne urban settlement. It's called Russian Cafe. Quite stylish and authentic, as we can see. What about prices? The prices are reasonable and the quality of food is great. We have been there for a lot of times. We want to make you feel the pleasant atmosphere of this place. By the way, this cafe has been located here for many years. I remember this cafe when I was a child. We often visited it. Let's continue observing. Here we can see a nice tree. Here it is. I should say it seems to be like a Christmas tree, but of course it's not. The decor is stunning, everything is very pleasant. Just have a look around. Of course, the most important thing is the sea, and we want to show you the beach. Water is always clean and warm. Will the bouncer by your side consume you with more regret? Does the wind burn your eyes as you walk through the dance floor past another monk? I cannot fail to mention that from the hill this place looks amazing. The hill is above the place called the Fox's Bay. The view of mountains attracts a lot. The sea looks wonderful.
was read by your gran on a Sunday afternoon.
So that is a place that we visited this year. Of course, we continue our trip and our next destination is famous Koktebel urban settlement.
If you got time to be out at night, love, breaking drunken hearts, are you gonna tell him it's a school night on your white lies? She said that she was 17.
Now we arrived in Koktebel urban settlement. It's a resort that's situated in the eastern part of the Crimea Peninsula in 20 kilometers of the city of Feodosia. It is surrounded by the mountains covered with forest at the foot of Mount Karadak, not far from Karadak Reserve. It exists two versions of its name, Koktebel. Some scientists claim that its original name is translated as the Land of Blue Hills. Others believe that it is translated as Grey Horse with the star on its forehead. Earlier, this place has another name, Planerskaya. It is because here was comfortable to do paragliding. Now let's speak about Koktebel sites. One of the most famous it is a house museum of Voloshin. He was a painter and a poet. In this museum you can see some of his great paintings and his great library. He was buried here on the hill nearby. By the way, here is a monument to Voloshin. Anyway, let's continue. The most famous site here is the Golden Gate, situated near here in the sea. It's an arch of natural shape situated in water. Nature lovers should definitely visit this place. So we continue our trip and going to watch the Golden Gates a bit closer from the sea. So now let's have some information about Mount Karadak. It's a mountain volcanic massif on the territory of Crimea Republic. Maximum height is 577 meters, Mount Svitaya. Its name is translated from Turkish and Tatar languages as Black Mountain. Speaking about climate here, it's quite dry. I cannot fail to mention some interesting facts about this mountain. There is a legend of a Karadak monster that lived inside the mountain. Also, it is believed as a place where St. George defeated the giant serpent and saved people. Speaking about literature, Konstantin Paustovsky mentioned Karadak in his book called The Black Sea. Now we are coming closer to the Golden Gates. Usually when tourists go through the gates, they make wishes, so consequently they should come true. The view is great. This is the exterior part of the mountain. It's quite rocky, no plants can be seen. In ancient times, this zone was seismically active. So now we continue our trip and our next destination is the city of Feodosia. We are in Feodosia city. The city was called the city given by the god by ancient Greeks. It is situated on the southeastern coast of Crimea Peninsula. It is surrounded by mountains from all parts, so the city is always full of fresh air and flowers. The summer is usually hot here. The sea is up to 27 degrees above zero level. The winter is quite mild. Usually it has above zero temperatures. Comfortable climate and beauty of this place always attract a lot of tourists all year round. This is the land where famous writers, poets and painters took their inspiration from. For example, Alexander Gray, Ivan Ivazovsky. There are a lot of sites, such as the most famous one is Genoa's fortress, which was built in the 14th century. Earlier, the city was called as Kaffa. Some historical facts about the city. Name Feodosia is translated as given by the god from ancient Greek language. The settlement here was founded in the 6th century by ancient Greeks who had given this name to the city. In the 13th century here there was a Genoese settlement named Kaffa. After it was conquered by Ottomans in 1475, in 1789, after Crimea was joined to the Russian Empire, Kaffa was renamed into Feodosia, and in 1787 the settlement became the city of Feodosia. We are walking around the quay, so on the left we can see the railway. It is stretched along the city, dividing the quay from the city, and the railway was opened in August of 1892.
Cigarette with a bouncer by your side, consume you with more regret. Does the wind burn your eyes as you walk through the dance floor past another monk? Too drunk to dance, but I bet he give you love.
Let's have a look at this shore. The view is impressive. By the way, Feodosia is a seaport.
She said that she was 17. It's alright until she tells him everything. Those white lies, the kind of ones that get you in the paper.
One of the main sites of the city is the Museum of Ivan Ivazovsky, famous painter. Here you can find a huge collection of his great works.
Did you teach her mark your own word? Because it can't be very hard. If you got time to be out at night, love, breaking drunken hearts, are you gonna tell him it's a school night or your white lies? She said that she was 17. It's alright until she tells him everything. Those white lies, the kind of ones that get you in the papers, the ones read by your gran on a Sunday afternoon.
Now we are on the viewing platform situated on the Mount of Mithridat. It is the highest point in the city, 55 meters above sea level. From this place we are able to enjoy stunning views on the city, and we can also see the ruins of a Genoese fortress. City center is also visible. It's quite magnificent. Now we are coming closer to a very famous church named Surp Sarkis. This place is famous because here Ivan Aivazovsky was buried. And now at last we are near famous Genoese fortress. It's a medieval fortification on the territory of Feodosia city, built by Genoese Republic in the 14th century for defense of its Crimea territories. It is situated in the southern part of the city. Nowadays it is a historical and architectural reserve, and it's a federal cultural heritage site. So why was it built? What was the reason? In 1320, Kaffa was rather wealthy, nearly as Genoa, and traders realized that Kaffa could be attractive for invaders, but the city wasn't protected at all. Therefore, they decided to build a fortification, which was the main reason to protect the city from all parts. Building was in progress from 1340 up to 1343. Kaffa became inaccessible for invaders thanks to 5-kilometer stone walls all around. Kaffa remained at the center of wine trading, spices, gold, and even some kinds of slavery. By the way, here we can observe a monument for Afanasy Nikitin. So we finish our walking here and move forward to the city of Yalta. Well, we are in Yalta. It's a resort city on the southern coast of Crimea. Usually it is divided as a city of Yalta and as a big Yalta resort. Territory stretched up to 70 kilometers, including Yalta, Alupka and many other settlements. Big Yalta resort is stretched from Feroz urban settlement in the west up to Krasnokamenka village in the east. According to the legend, Yalta was founded by Greek sailors after long wandering into the sea. They saw a shore and exclaimed, "Yalos!" So the settlement was called Yalita, means the shore. Maybe exactly this settlement was mentioned by ancient Greek scientist Herodian. We can observe luxurious quays, stunning views from the sea and mountains. It is quite natural that this place was always visited by famous people as Ivan Aivazovsky, Koprin, Chekhov, and many others. Today you have a unique chance to see the places visited by celebrities. This resort is great all year round with its fresh air and its wonderful locations. The place is surrounded by mountains from three sides, therefore it's not very hot in the summer and winters are quite mild. It is comfortably located and all Crimean landmarks can be easily visited. For example, the Swallow's Nest Castle, Massandra, Livadia and Vorontsov palaces, Nikitsky Botanical Garden and a lot of other sites. In the summer there are always a lot of tourists and booking should be done some month in advance. Yalta became the city in 1838, but the history of this place is quite old. In the 6th century BC, this place was inhabited by Tavros people, Greeks, Byzantines. Now the population is 142,000 of people. Let's stroll along the quay and enjoy the beauty of this place.
White lies. She said that she was 17. It's alright until she tells him everything. It's white lies, the kind of ones that get you in the papers, the ones read by your gran on a Sunday afternoon, the ones read by your gran on a Sunday afternoon.
We hope you managed to enjoy the atmosphere, and now we are going to have a boat trip to the Swallow's Nest Castle. I cannot fail to mention a famous Mount Petri. Its name is translated as Saint Peter from Greek language. It is situated in the Crimean mountains. It is one of the windiest places in Crimea. It is a national symbol of Crimea and a main natural attraction here. The views are amazing. Also, this mount is famous for its unusual shape that was done by the wind. In front of us we can see a famous site, the Swallow's Nest Castle, one of the most famous landmarks and a real symbol of southern coast of Crimea. So now we decided to use a cableway named Yalta Gorka, which stretched from the center of Yalta and is known by everyone here. The entrance is located in the middle of the quay near the Tavrida Hotel on the left. It is in work for more than 40 years. Its opening held in 1967. Since then, all visitors have had an opportunity to use it and enjoy views of Yalta. It is stretched up to 600 meters. Cableway Yalta Gorka is named as a small one among 3 operating cableways. It reaches the top of Darson Hill. It is a terminal stop here, and there is a memorial, the Hill of Grace. You can enjoy the view, and our next stop is Livadia Palace. So now Livadia Palace, former residence of Russian emperors, situated on the Black Sea in Livadia settlement near Yalta. The place is in Italian style, built at the beginning of the 20th century by Krasnov. Livadia Palace competes with Vorontsov Palace for being the most luxurious residence in Crimea. I would like to notice that Livadia Palace is the last building of Russian Empire built for Romanov family. This place always inspired musicians, painters and composers. This place definitely should be visited while traveling in Crimea. In different times, Livadia Palace was visited by different world-known politics. A lot of international conferences were held here. It is obviously why this place witnessed to many turning points in history. In 2011, 100th anniversary of Livadia Palace was celebrated. So we continue our excursion and going to Alupka. So now Alupka. It is a city on the southern coast of Crimea combined with urban district of Yalta. Now we are on the territory of Alupka Park or Vorontsovsky Park. It's a monument of landscape art founded at the beginning of the 19th century by German gardener Karl Koktebel. It is combined with Vorontsov Palace. Its territory occupies 40 hectares. On the territory there are more than 200 species of different plants from different parts of the world. For example, magnolias, Orient plane trees, Italian pines, palms, noble laurel, evergreen cypresses, sequoia dendron and many others. This park was done in landscape style, which is quite harmonious with nature. The park is divided into two parts, lower part and upper part. Now we are on the territory of Vorontsov Palace, situated in Alupka city, at the foot of Mount Petri. It was built from Diaba stone excavated nearby. Since 1956, there has been a museum. This palace was being built from 1838 up to 1844 as a summer residence of a famous politician, Count Vorontsov. So these stunning places we were able to visit during our holidays. We are leaving Alupka city, going back to Kurortная urban settlement. We should finish our wonderful trip at the end, enjoy the views, and we are going to the airport, to Simferopol city and then to Moscow. We hope you enjoyed our video and see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.